Baddies Africa episode 11 titled Brawls Are Us. Okay, reference to Toys R Us. Okay, so the episode starts off with Tavy Baby versus Dolly. Tavy Baby stood up like, I ain't even have no more dialogue with you, my N-word, get up. Like, Dolly gets up right away. Dolly's hands in her pockets. Tavy Baby's looking at her like, what's in your pocket? What's in your pocket? Yeah, somebody check what's in this girl's pocket. Like, I don't know why she came dressed like a tomboy with these extra baggy clothes on, but I don't blame Tavy Baby. But yeah, like, Dolly just runs up immediately. Dolly pulls something out of her pocket. It looked to me like some food crumbs or something, but she tried to throw it at Tavy Baby. That caught Tavy Baby off guard, because then Dolly just rushed her and started punching her. Do. I think Tavy Baby was just, she wasn't ready because she got like, pocket dust thrown on her. So yeah, to me, it looked like Dolly pretty much took that, but security came in real fast and broke that up. Dolly's wig pretty much comes off. Dolly has Tavy Baby's bonnet in her hand. I just thought it was so funny because as she pulled out of that fight, Dolly threw Tavy Baby's bonnet. It said, boop, it fell right on Cold Killer's lap. And Cold Killer had no reaction. She was just like, okay. like, damn, Dolly, what Cold Killer do to you? Dolly's over there yelling, come on at the top of her lungs. Like, she wants to fight again. Tay Baby's in the corner trying to get her together. Natalie's in the confessionals acting like she's over it. She's like, Dolly, just give her chain back. And I said, you know what? This coming from anybody else, I would 100% agree. But Natalie, you started it. From the very beginning, you should have gave that chain to Dolly because she deserved it from the last season. Y'all, by the way, isn't this such a crazy thought? Dolly literally used to be the fan favorite. Like, y'all fans are the ones begged her to be on the show. I remember reading the Zeus comments on Instagram. Like, everybody was like, Dolly. From the auditions, Dolly was fan fave. She was literally number one, like most requested from the audition girls to be on the show. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. She became the most hated now. It's crazy. But anyways, so Ivori goes up to Tavy Baby, and I don't care what y'all say. I feel like this is super fake of Ivori. Ivori goes up to her. She's like helping her take her hair off, and she's like, just grab her by the back of the neck. Like, she's trying to give her some advice. You know how Ivori always does. But my whole thing is, it wasn't too long ago that Ivori was doing the same thing to Cold Killer to whoop Tavy Baby's ass. So I don't know. If I was Tavy Baby, I just would feel some type of way. It's like, Ivori, this would really only work if you're neutral, and you're not, because you made yourself very clear that you like Cold Killer way more than you like Tavy Baby. So I just find it kind of weird right now that she's trying to like help Tavy Baby right now. Like, it doesn't sit right with me. No ma'am, it's a little two-facedy. It is. The whole time Dolly's just sitting there watching Ivori give her advice too. Like, I'd be like, Ivori, sit down, girl. Ooh, they square up again. Y'all, in the beginning, Dolly got one good hit, boom, right on her face. I would say, like, in the beginning, Dolly was definitely landing it, but towards the end, Tavy Baby was boom. Like, to me, this fight just looked like a tie. Like, Dolly and Tavy Baby, in my opinion, are equally matched, which really just means that Dolly's a good fighter because Tavy Baby is way bigger than her. But yeah, I feel like that was a tie. They both got some really good hits in on each other. Ivori the whole time in the background is rooting for Tavy Baby. I'm like, I just can't get out of my head that she was also rooting for Cold Killer to beat up Tavy Baby right now. That's why this girl just comes off very two-faced to me. But I know a lot of y'all love Ivori. I'm just like, to me, this type of stuff makes her look a little bit fake. I'm not gonna lie. Dolly is just sitting on it down. She kind of like, ooh, her hand is effed up. It hurts so bad. Tavy Baby's like, come on. It seemed like Dolly don't want to fight again. Tavy Baby said in her confessional, yeah, after you felt those hits, you didn't want to fight no more. And I kind of agree, because that's exactly what it looks like. She had enough. Because in the second round, Dolly was like, let's go. Come on. Now Dolly don't want to fight no more. She's injured. Her hand hurts. At this point, I'm like, Dolly, was it really worth it? Like, you should have just gave her back her chain a long time ago. Why are you fighting her? Tavy Baby just rushes Dolly, like mid her trying to shake her hand out, and just starts hitting her. And I'm just like, you know what? At this point, you kind of deserve it, Dolly. Like, I'm not even mad that she did that, really, because give her chain back. Everybody gets up. Like, the whole damn room got up. I was like, oh my God, are all y'all like coming to do what? Apparently, Dolly like bites her in the middle of their fight. Tavy Baby's pissed off. I'm just like, Tavy Baby, you cannot be too mad that she bit you because you just snuck her. Hello. Like, what do you expect? She in survival mode at that point. DTV is literally calling out Natalie. She's like, CEO, do your job. And Natalie is like, starts talking. She's like, so I think that like this whole chain thing, I just thought it was kind of funny. funny. Like, damn, you're not gonna say nothing to DTB. Like, Summer stands up and she's like, I'm not gonna lie, before I left, I had some issues with a couple of y'all. And Cold Killer stands up immediately. She's like, what's up? What's up? What's up? And then Summer tells her, you need to worry about that B that's effing your baby daddy. Ooh, we talking about Marissa. And Cold Killer's like, I don't care about that dude. I don't care about that dude. Like, Marissa apparently said in the last episode that she was cool with Cold Killer. So yeah, and I'm just like, this is really not sitting well right now because they are literally on social media as we speak, like arguing about the baby daddy. It's like really bad too. Damn, as everybody's standing up, like all eyes are on Cold Killer and Summer, all of a sudden Tavy baby out of nowhere is like, come on Dolly, and she runs up again for the fourth time. Boom, boom, boom. She starts hitting Dolly. She bum rushed Dolly again. Security comes in, tries to break it up. You just hear Dolly like, you ain't do nothing. She kind of made me laugh. Like, Tavy baby's like, I did though, I did. And I'm looking at Dolly's face like, well, let me see. Nah, her face still looks kind of okay. But yeah, like I know you felt some of those hits, Dolly, so don't even act like you didn't. Tavy baby's not gonna stop until she gets her chain back. I'm really not even mad at Tavy baby doing this. You asked for it. You asked for it. Still not returning her chain until now. And Ivori is calling out Natalie like, Natalie, where's the chain? Natalie, this is your part. Like, tell her to give her chain back. I agree with DTB and Ivori. It's like, Natalie, CEO, like do it. Get up from the very beginning. She should have like really put her foot down. Dolly, give her chain back. The same way that you were able to get Summer to return back Pretty P's purse, like you can get Dolly to return the chain. Like, you're not trying hard enough, Natalie. I'm not gonna lie, Pretty P in her confessional made me laugh because she's talking about Dolly took Tay baby chain and she still ain't giving back. Natalie, punish them. I said, not punish them. Are they little kids? Okay, wait. This is happening too. I don't like this. This is happening too much like Baddie's Gone Wild. Like, it's just like random fights happening. Like, can we get some dialogue first? Because all of a sudden now, K-Rican runs up to Summer to fight Summer. It's just like, I know they had beef before. I know like before Summer had that incident, Summer actually like snuck K-Rican. So I get it. But still, it's like, can y'all talk a little bit before you fight? Just a little bit. Shit. It's just like random, like, come on, boom. Like, K-Rican starts swinging like this. Nothing really happened in that fight except for they both lost their wigs. I don't think they even like connected, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna say nobody took that. But my whole thing is like, is Summer like okay to fight? Because didn't she have to have surgery and stuff on her mouth area right here? Like, so she's good to fight. I don't know. That's just kind of crazy to me. So Rolly has to step up and be the EP, and she goes up to Dolly and she's literally like, listen, give Tavy baby her chain back. It is not this serious. Like, you do not need to go home for this. Are you serious? You came way too far to be going home over some stupid shit like that. I really don't think Natalie was gonna send her home though, but it was a nice manipulation there. Yeah, Dolly is like, all right, come on, let's get up. I'm gonna go get the chain. I'm gonna give her the chain back. As she's walking back, she's like, don't let her sneak me because my hand effed up right now. Like, as she's walking back, she's like, oh, there she go. No, that's not her. Like, it was kind of funny. Like, I forget Dolly is actually a little bit funny because it's just like all you see most of the time is just her mean girl, like negative side. What? Even Cold Killer was standing in front of Dolly like, and she said she was in the confessionals like basically like, we all standing together over that chain. It's about the principle. She earned that shit. So yeah, give her chain back. I was like, oh wow, this is, you know what? I guess they did make up though. They kind of, Tay baby and Cold Killer kind of did make up and they're kind of cool now. So you know what? I take that back. I kind of get it. I said kind of way too many times, but yeah, it's just like ironic because they were fighting like crazy. Like, they dropped words about each other's children even. Here Cold Killer is defending her. Wow. They go upstairs. Dolly get the chain from the hiding spot. I was like, was it really this serious? You literally hid it in the room? Like, what you think somebody was gonna go in there and get the chain? Like, oh my god, this is crazy. But yeah, basically she gave the chain to Rolly. Finally, we get the ending of this chain saga. Oh my gosh, it lasted even a little bit too long. Okay, back downstairs, here we have K-Rican calling out Russian Cream. Come on girl, I want to fight right now. And Russian Cream's actually backing down, and K-Rican's like, oh hell hell no. You didn't give me no sort of grace when I was sick on the first day trying to use the bathroom. You literally followed me up in the bathroom trying to fight. So no, I ain't gonna give you a break right now. Get down and fight. And Russian Cream is like, she's still injured from the Rolly fight. So like, that's why she doesn't want to fight, which I understand. But I was like, damn, how bad was it? You still injured from the Rolly fight? But you were all up on K-Rican on the first day in Africa. Literally, K-Rican was sick, throwing up out of her mouth. And you literally chased her from outside, inside of the house, into the bathroom, trying to get up in the bathroom with her to fight her. It's like, now what? Now this is your karma coming back to you, Russian Cream. But yeah, anyways, Russian Cream comes down, injured hand and all, and she's like, all right, let's go. So you could barely see the fight, man. That angle was so horrible, but you just kind of see like Russian Cream come down, start swinging, then they kind of like go to the side of the room. You can't see shit except for at the very end, Russian Cream is like swinging. So I'm gonna just say it looked like Russian Cream might have took that. So K-Rican is like, Russian Cream is like the fakest, snakest bee ever. Like, she talks so much. And now this is like, multiple people have said the same thing. Like, Rolly has said Russian Cream pops her mouth way too much, always instigating, talking. LCK has said the same thing. K-Rican now has said the same thing. So like, if multiple people are saying the same thing, it must be true. Russian Cream, you need to handle that mouth. You are just one of those girls that likes to gossip and talk behind people's backs. And you see how that's just not working for you. Damn near by herself in the house. I believe them when they say she talks about everybody. I think she talked about everybody in the house. Russian Cream is sitting back like near the bar area where she was. K-Rican's gonna run up to her again to fight again. Russian Cream's like, yeah. She kicked her with her leg. Poor K-Rican. Like, Russian Cream just started swinging. Boom, boom, boom. And to me, it looked like Russian Cream won again. I was like, damn, K-Rican, how are you gonna run up and then get beat up? That is so embarrassing. Damn, they fell all the way back into the corner of the room. Like, these corners are just not it because we cannot see shit. Unfortunately, the only parts that we are seeing are favoring Russians. So like, I'm gonna just have to say Russian Cream took that one too. That's what it looked like. So anyways, after that fight, they're being so messy right now. They literally bring out the video where Russian Cream is calling the big three ugly. Oh, I got it. Backfired. They were trying to set Russian Cream up. They took out that video like, look. You hear in the video, she says, we're way prettier than Summer, Dolly, and Big Legs. And they're like, and it's that standing right next to y'all that said it. And Big Lex is like, but guess what? We already know that. She already told us that. So boom, your plan failed. Damn. Russian Cream, you were smart. You were smart for doing that damage control. Oh my gosh. So everybody, like, those girls are so mad right now that the big three didn't fight. Like, y'all are some hypocrites. Don't you guys always get on the big three all the time because they fight too much? Now this is the one time where they don't want to fight Russian Cream and they're literally mad. Scotty literally said in her confessionals, are y'all dumb? You want to be friends with somebody who called y'all ugly? Like, Rolly literally popped at Russian Cream like, you only told them that because you was afraid they were gonna whoop your ass. Like, that's probably true, Rolly, but like at the same time, like, y'all criticize the big three all the time because they do too much and they fight. So when they do less, y'all not happy either. I just found that so funny. If they want to be friends with Russian Cream, they can. It's not that big of a deal. She called them ugly. She was doing a little pillow talk, as she said. She was crazy drunk and she didn't know them at the time. So she probably regret that shit. Like, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal to me. Whoa, my God. Out of nowhere, LCK stands up and she's like, I want that. I said, is this LCK? I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she called out Cold Killer. Like, she wants to fight. And I was just like so kind of proud of her. Like, okay, LCK, prove me wrong. Because I've been saying all this time, LCK is not a baddie. She don't defend herself. LCK got snuck by so many people and did nothing. Tay Baby hit her. She did nothing. Cold Killer literally slapped her at the winery and she did nothing. Only in the beginning of the show, like, did she actually defend herself. But yeah, here she is. Now she's standing up and she said, I didn't forget about you slapping me, Cold Killer. Like, I want my lick back. She's taking her hair off right now. DTV is me. Literally, DTV is like, oh, she want that with Cold Killer. Oh, shit. Like, that was me too. Like, wait, what? I'm kind of proud of her. Like, okay, LCK. Let's see. Poor LCK. She just does not know how to fight. Even the way she's swinging, she's like, But I will say she did better, in my opinion, this round than any other time she fought. Like, she was trying to swing at least, but you know, Cold Killer pretty much, she started bopping her. Cold Killer took that, but we all knew that was gonna happen, right? Like, the point is, LCK stood up for herself, and I'm proud of her. But then, out of all people, K Rican is gonna jump in there and jump LCK. And I said, LCK, if you're gonna jump somebody, make it make sense. It needs to be like a heavy hitter, like LCK. Oh, this is where you're gonna lose me a little bit. K Rican, this is tough for me because I like K Rican. She is probably my favorite out of the pretty three because she's so hilarious. But like, why? And I understand she probably feels like she needs to do that because in the first night when they were there, Cold Killer jumped in to help her and LCK fight. I know she probably feels like she has to do that, but it's like, you really didn't need to do that, girl, at all. Ooh-wee. Okay, here we go once again. Damn. Big Lex gets up on K Rican like, don't you try to jump her. Don't try to jump her. And y'all, we have another situation again, like what happened before. Fania comes out of nowhere, boom, swings on Big Lex. I said, Fania, you dead wrong. Once again, like originally what happened, Fania is dead wrong. Big Lex is like, absolutely not. She squares up to Fania. I said, Fania, I hope you say a prayer because this is not going to go good for you, honey. We already seen it on the previews. Damn. Oh my God. That first hit, Big Lex had boom, like it literally turned Fania to the side. It was over for her after that. She lost balance from that first hit. And then Lex said, boom, boom, like hit her with the right left combo. This girl drifted to the floor, fell to the floor. Like, damn, she got her whooped by Big Lex. That was just as embarrassing as the Tavy baby fall. Like, that was pretty bad. Yeah, she deserved that shit because why did you swing on Big Lex for no reason? She didn't swing on you. She did not touch you. Sorry, what? Fania's in her confessionals like, Big Lex wants to jump into everybody's fight except for her own. What about Ivori? What are you talking about? Ivori does the same exact thing. Don't have a double standard right now. What about Ivori? Ivori does that shit. It was your friend who made the mistake first. K Rican is the one who jumped into the fight and she literally was just like, no, no, no. So like, how's that her fault? It was your friend. Your friend made the first wrong here. That's very sad though. Oh my gosh. All right, well, here we go. LCK wants to fight again. LCK versus Cold Killer round 2. What I don't get about LCK is like, when she goes into a fight, she's already backing out at the same time. Like, she's like like, you know, he hits, but then she's turning around as if she wants to run away at the same exact time. And that's why it just never works out for her. I think LCK doesn't use her hands enough. She's always trying to grab and hold. I don't know, you know, if that's how they fight in Zimbabwe, but like, yeah, she's not actually swinging. And I think that's her issue. That's why, you know, she loses all her fights because she don't swing. You know, here we go. Cold Killer is just like able to swing on her. But, you know, I'm not gonna lie, at the end, like LCK kind of had her by her head. And I think she was touching her or petting her. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, you know, like, good job, LCK, for standing up for yourself. Like, I'm, you know, it's like we just proud of a little bit at this point. Ooh, shoot. Okay, Big Lex versus Fania round 2. So Fania did better this round than she did the first round. She didn't fall, but she still got her ass beat. Like, if y'all watch Fania's face during that fight, it was like, oh my God, you could tell like it was very painful. Big Lex was swinging on her, like she was getting some face shots in. It did look like she was almost gonna fall there for a second as well. But yeah, it's just like Big Lex took that again. And this is like, I feel like an unnecessary fight. I don't know. I feel like they didn't need to go round 2. Honestly, I don't want them to fight in the very first place. I feel like they should be friends. Like I said, they both smart, educated, classy baddies. Like, and to fight over this is so dumb. Like, y'all are fighting off of other people's fights. It's dumb. You don't have any real issues with each other. Oh no, I think Fania might have been bleeding in the mouth too a little bit after that. Ugh. That's so sad. And Big Lex is literally on the sideline antagonizing her like, wipe that mouth, wipe that mouth. Like, you're gonna be mad at her for breaking up fights, then be mad at Ivori too, because Ivori does that shit all the time. Scotty does it all the time. Like, a lot of these OG girls are trying to break up fights. So that's why when everybody started saying, well, she shouldn't be playing security, I was just like, miss me with that. Everybody plays security. Y'all just don't like Big Lex. And, you know, it's okay. You don't have to like her, but just say that. Say, oh, I don't like Big Lex. So that's why. Like, you know. Okay, so Natalie's like, listen, we gotta go to the club tonight, but like, is there anything else anybody wants to get off their chest? And LCK steps up and she's like, listen, I just want to say, I know a lot of y'all bees were trying to send me home, but I'm just letting y'all know I ain't going nowhere. Like, y'all is on my turf. This is Africa. And Rolly is gonna say, we'll see about that. And I said, ooh, Rolly, but you are you gonna like fight her? Like, what do you mean? She does not like LCK because she feels like LCK should have jumped in the fight with Tavy Baby. This is just such a stupid reason, to be honest, because at that point Tavy Baby had put her hands on LCK, so LCK did not have to do nothing. She did not have to stand up for Tavy Baby. Like, there was no loyalty left. Rolly's in her confessionals like, Russian Cream, you should go home because like you're just injured and you're not serving anything. Y'all, nobody's exempt here. Y'all ain't even serving looks. And I said, girl, Rolly, stop. That jealousy came out of you, because what are you talking about? Russian Cream, one of the most prettiest girls there. Like, do not deny that. Just because you don't like somebody, y'all gotta lie about them. That girl is beautiful, and you can admit that. Oh my gosh, how did I know this was gonna happen? So like, Rolly's like, who wants them to go home? Trying to get a vote. They're like, we can fight about it, we can fight about it. And here we go. Russian Cream runs up immediately, boom, starts hitting LCK, and they start fighting over who is gonna go home. It's like, no. So Russian Cream runs up, like, she's trying to hit with her injured hand. She could barely hit. And LCK is doing what she usually does, which is like bum rushing and like just grabbing. Like, she's just grabbing her. But like, this was such an unnecessary fight, and it was so stupid. And like, LCK is literally yelling at the top of her lungs, I'm not going home. I'm not going home. Mommy, I'm not gonna go home. Like, literally, this is LCK right now. It's just like, I think y'all just fought for no reason, because they can't send you home. Natalie is the one that can, and she has not said anything. We haven't heard Natalie speak this whole time. DTV clock Russian Cream right now, though. She said that's to show how fake she is. As soon as they said one of them has to go home, Russian Cream just hit her friend immediately. She didn't even talk about it. And that's what I said in the last episode too, because Russian Cream was real quick to be like, if I have to fight, I have to fight. Like, I ain't going home. Like, she was real quick when LCK didn't really want to fight. She was like, you know, she was trying to avoid the question. But yeah, DTB is right now. Russian Cream, LCK was your friend. So like, yeah, they manipulated this whole fight to happen, but the fact that you just turned on her so fast does make you look a little fake. Okay, I must admit. All of a sudden it pans to Fana. Fana's yelling at Big Lex, talking about, you were trying to be my friend back in something. Couldn't understand the end of that. But Big Lex is like, bitch, what? When was I trying to be your friend? I was never trying to be your friend. And I will say, like, Big Legs, I think you're capping a little bit, because y'all had already said before the whole original jumping situation happened, y'all already said you didn't have a problem with each other. Fana was like, Lex is neutral, and Lex is like, I think she said, I like Fana. So I think you probably were trying to be her friend at one point. But you know, after that original jump happened, that was like episode 4 or something, it was cool off you. And I understand why Fana's bringing it up, because she's like, you keep saying to Tavy Baby's fake because she's trying to be friends with Fana, but she was saying like, you were trying to be friends with me too. Like, but anyways, Big Lex turns to Scotty, and she's like, you still standing with the bee that called you ugly? Scotty, I don't think was in the room. All of a sudden she was like, what are you talking about? Are you talking to me? Like, she's talking to you, Scotty. Why am I kind of happy right now? Because I'm like, yeah, call Scotty out. Like, rightfully so, because Scotty had like a lot to say, you know, at the fact that the big three want to be friends with Russian Cream. You know, it's like, oh my God, she called you ugly. Y'all want to be friends with her? Da, da, da. Big Lex clocked the shit out of Scotty. She said, you still standing with the bee that called you ugly? You still friends with Natalie? She called you ugly. So don't try to talk shit right now talking about we're weird for being friends with Russian Cream. I said, oop, Big Lex clocked you, Scotty. She sure did. Scotty's like, there's a difference between what me and you did, because I'm not befriending her. Talking about Natalie, I'm not befriending her. I'm not calling her my bitch. I'm not doing all that. I said, girl, miss me with that, because you were literally crying and saying to Natalie that you want to be back close with her and all that. So like, girl, stop it. Okay, so now Summer calls out Marissa. She's like, do you have something to say to me? Marissa said, no. So, oh, okay. That's the end. No. Summer like keeps going. She's like literally popping her shit to Marissa. I could barely hear Marissa in the beginning. I was like, is she saying something? She's like, I just give it like, I don't know you. Somebody turn up her mic. I cannot even hear the girl. My goodness. I don't know about Marissa, y'all. Like, we need more Can't even hear you when you're talking, girl. And Ivori is literally instigating in the middle. She's like, get it, let's go, just fight, just fight. Marissa runs up. Marissa is literally boom, 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 boom. Summer puts her head down. I think because her face is injured, she don't want to get like hit in her face. So yeah, Marissa is literally swinging. I'm not gonna lie, to me it looked like Marissa might have took that. I was shocked too because I really thought Summer would take the W easily, but I feel like Marissa low-key won. And Ivori, Pretty P, her whole gang, DTV are so happy when Marissa came out of that fight. They said, yeah. Like, they were so happy. But yeah, yo, this is a lot. This feels like that first night when they were just fighting back to back to back to back to back. This is exactly what that feels like. Girl, what? Marissa's in the confessionals doing a nursery rhyme. She says, summer no other, and there needs to be another. That shit is trash. And she know I whooped that ass. I said, did you rhyme on purpose or was that by accident? So Natalie's like, okay, everybody, stop. That's enough. Ivori stepped forward. She's like, okay, cut scene. We're going to the club. That's it. I'm like, Natalie, isn't this your job? You're letting a lot of these girls step up and talk a little bit too much. Like, I feel like you should be doing some of this. But yeah, like they're like, end scene, exit. Big Lex is going to talk about you look a hot mess to Fana. Fana's like, be like you. And Scotty comes up and she's like, she looks beautiful, she's beautiful. And Big Lex is like, shut up Scotty. Like this argument, Scotty's gonna shake her ass like, hey, you jealous. And Big Lex is like, that's all you got is body. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like Fauna did get beat up. She might be bleeding in the mouth a little bit, but she doesn't look a hot mess. She's still pretty. Oh my god, y'all, this is not over. As everybody was exiting, Tavy Baby came out of nowhere and turned around and snuck Bad Dolly again. I said, oh my god. Like, this is too much. It's too much. I can't handle no more fights. My whole thing is, I'm just a little bit confused right now because I believe Tay Baby already got her chain back. So I don't know why she's still fighting with Bad Dolly. It could have been over and done with. But now the fact that you did that is like, oh, you know the big three is about to drag this off for a whole nother maybe 10 episodes. Like, here we go. It's going to be big three versus Tay Baby for the rest of the season. I just feel like she should have just left it after she got her chain back. You snuck her already twice before that. You didn't have to do this last one. So they're going to the club later on, but Baby Baby can't go because she's injured. Russian Cream is tired and injured. Fauna is saying she's exhausted. She just needs a break. Like, it is too much. Okay, so they get ready. They go to the club. I was kind of a little bit shocked on the walk down because I'm like, a couple of them had like sweatpants still. Like, Bad Dolly had the same clothes on that she fought with. I'm like, Dolly, you fought about 50 times in that. I know you were sweating. Girl, you don't want to change a little bit before you go to the club? I mean, I know you're about to just sweat when you go to the club too, but still, this was like the most casual I've seen the girls yet. But yeah, so they're separated in their sprinters and they're just pretty much recapping what happens. We all know by now the sprinters are for a recap. Big Lex was just explaining like K-Rican jumped in the fight and I was saying like no, and then Fauna hit me. Like, Fauna just hit me out of nowhere. So boom, that's why we had to get it in. She's like, that's the only hit Fauna got on me. I say, ooh. Then LCK starts talking. She's like, how do y'all feel about Russian Cream? And they're kind of giving Russian Cream her props, you know, like, yeah, well, I mean, she stood in the paint, like she did what she had to do for the spot, whatever. Rolly is gonna say, why are y'all giving Russian Cream props? She didn't want to fight when it came to K-Rican, but she wants to fight Elsie. And I said, you got a point there, Rolly. But the only difference between that is that y'all was telling her that if she doesn't fight LCK, she's gonna go home. So she didn't want to go home. That's why she swung on her that fast. You could tell Rolly just does not like Russian Cream at all because she always has something negative to say about Russian Cream. So back on the other sprinter, DTV is even saying like, I respect LCK. Like, she's standing on business. I feel like she needs to stay and Russian Cream needs to go home. And I'm like, DTV, you're showing your biases here. You know the only reason you're saying that is because Russian Cream is now friends with the big three and you don't like the big three. But yeah, Cold Killer wasn't feeling that comment. She was like, she didn't do nothing when I slapped her in the winery. Like, she just stood there looking stupid. Like, you know, like the only reason she did something right now is because she's scared she don't want to go home. That is not a baddie, which is like, She kind of has a point there too. And LCK finally says, you know, us three, like Tavy Baby, her, and Russian Cream, we're never like a trio. Y'all forced that on us, and y'all keep talking about loyalty, but we were never really friends like that. And Tavy Baby hit me, so once she hit me, I didn't feel like I should be loyal to her. And I'm like, finally, you know, you should have said that about 5 episodes back when Rolly first clocked you. You should have said that immediately. 100% everybody would understand that, right? And then they start talking about Summer versus Marissa. It's like, okay, so what was the issue between y'all? Summer's like, I was talking to Cole Killer and I was saying, like, go worry about that girl that was effing your baby daddy. Apparently she was online posting videos with him and all that. But my thing is, like, if they're not together anymore, why does it matter? Like, you know, Marissa already said she don't have a problem with Cole Killer. She is dating Cole Killer's baby daddy, but there's no problem. But actually, you know, there is a problem right now because they're beefing right now all up on social media. It's bad too, but yeah. Anyways, they get to the club. They're having so much fun. Ivori is wasted. She is so drunk. The girl is dancing on the floor. She puts her hand around Summer's neck, starts choking her. You could even see Summer put her hand like this to move her away. Like, you can see even Summer was not feeling that. She just laughed it out even after that. Then she tries to do that to Bad Dolly. Bad Dolly said, don't you dare. I don't F with you like that. Oh yeah, Ivori just wanted to dance with you. She wanted to choke you out a little bit and dance with you. Dolly was not having it though. She pushed her back. She was like, nope. They must have exchanged some words, and then you just see Dolly, boom, she swings on Ivori, knocks her down to the floor. She falls flat to the floor. I said, damn, not big Ivori. It was not funny, but it was kind of funny because why did you do that to her? She was drunk. You know, the girl was drunk. She was just trying to dance in the club. We all fam. What happened to that? No, apparently not with Dolly. But my whole thing is, no, low-key, I'm gonna say something controversial. I agree with Dolly because get out my face if we're not friends. I don't care if you're drunk. Like, don't come in my face with that fake shit. You don't like me. You were literally just 5 minutes ago cheering Tavy Baby, giving her advice on how to beat me up. So like, get out my face right now trying to dance with me. I understand Dolly, I'm not gonna lie. Stop. Not Pretty P said, I see Dolly hit Ivori in the neck. And I said, not the neck. Like, why are you so specific? She hit her big thick ass neck, like, not the neck. That was funnier than it was meant to be. Mayhem breaks loose, you know, like everybody's getting turned up. Everybody's in the club, like Pretty P is trying to find her friend, like Ivori is like on the floor wobbling somewhere. Everybody's getting turned up. You just see Natalie like she's fixing her makeup. She's like, Baddies. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. That's just the baddies for you. Like, damn, DTB. They're holding Ivori back right now, so she cannot get to Dolly. So DTB, like the good friend that she is, said, hold on, I got her. She climbs up one of those white things that like has the lighting on it, like those big, huge white things. She climbs up there, looks around the crowd, spotted, boom, leaps down to jumps onto Dolly. I said, damn, DTV. That was so funny, yo. I did not expect her to do that, but DTV landed on the floor right next to a hookah. I said, oh my gosh, girl, do you know how catastrophic, how crazy that would have been if you would have fell onto that hookah? Like, there's charcoal on there and everything, and if you would have broke it, oh my god, that could have ended badly. But I'm just happy, you know, she's okay. They get escorted out of the club. Ivori is pissed off. She's like, oh, I need that. She's literally pushing her own friends, like Pretty P's in her face. Like, she literally is pushing Pretty P so aggressive. DTB came in her face. She backed up. DTB, like, I'm just like, girl, calm down. These are your friends. Like, I know you're mad, but like, damn, why are you so aggressive towards your own friends? Ivori literally hit DTB and Pretty P in the face. And I said, too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much here, Ivori. You're doing too much. They're your friends, remember? They are not your enemies. They're not the ones that did that. Calm down, girl. You can fight when you get home. Ivori in this scene is a little bit acting like LCK. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the way she's yelling, no! Like, the way she is behaving right now, turning on her own friends, like giving a little bit LCK. DTV says she tried to calm Ivori down. It did not work. The bitch started choking me. She said, I'm on your side, bitch. DTV is hilarious, yo. I tell you, DTV and K Rican, two of the funniest people this season. Like, if it wasn't for them, this season would just be so dark. Yeah, so then it switches to, you know, the big three and LCK on the sprinter. They're pretty much talking about the whole thing. Dolly is saying exactly like what I said. Like, you know, Ivori, she was being two-faced. She was literally with the other side. Like, girl, don't play with me right now. I completely understand all that. But then Dolly says, like, and I'll be damned if I look like a pussy on camera. And I said, that's weird. You shouldn't be concerned about that. Even if you did dance with her, you would not look like a on camera. Like, I feel like Dolly is way too concerned about how the fans are going to perceive her, and that's why she's moving the way that she's moving. But it's like, no, that wouldn't have even been the case. I was with you up until you said that, you know. Choco's in the confessionals, like, this behavior that Ivori is doing, this is not something that Africans do, you know. Can we just wait until we get up in the house? And I said, yeah, completely. I was trying to do an African accent, but I can't, you know. Like, it's crazy. Like, an African can't do an African accent. But anyways, it's like, yeah, 100%, y'all. Like, they do not behave like that in any African country. That is crazy. Like, people will look at you as if you have lost your mind, like you got the devil in you or something. Like, the way Ivori was acting, it's crazy. Like, LCK, she acts like that, but you notice she always acts like that at home. She doesn't do that shit in public. You don't do that type of shit in public in Africa. That's wild. I mean, even here in the US, it would be like kind of crazy, right? Like, it is embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. Jeez, it just keeps cutting back and forth between sprinter and sprinter. You see the big three and LCK, they're pissed off, they yelling. Cut to the other sprinter, Ivori's crashing out still. She's crying. Ivori cried the whole ride home. I said, oh my god, this girl is drunk. This girl is so drunk, because I have never seen Ivori act like this before. I've never seen Ivori crash out like this. Ooh, I kind of wish like she didn't drink that much, but if she didn't drink that much, none of this would have happened in the very first place. DTV is so stupid. DTV is literally in the back of the sprinter holding Ivori from behind, literally trying to just comfort her and calm her down, as Ivori is, I'm gonna fight her. I'm gonna beat her ass. Nobody better jump in. Nobody. Like, DTV the whole time is just holding her like, shh. And she said in the confessional, I'm gonna support my B and I'm all with it, but before that, we're just gonna take a little power nap. And you just cut to that. She's holding Ivori. Ivori fell asleep. Like, I said, what the hell? Yo, I cannot make this up. This episode was too much and too funny. Okay, so they finally get back to the hotel. You just see Natalie going crazy. She's like, no, you're not playing with me. No, we are banned. We are now banned from everywhere in South Africa. Like, she is pissed. I'm like, damn. Ivori's like, no, I got hit. Not Natalie. Natalie's like, you got hit? Who? Like, Dolly. Natalie switched up real quick. She's like, okay, all right, you can run that with Dolly. All right, then. You can run that with Dolly. Like, she went from trying to, you know, stop the fight to, okay, go ahead. Oh, apparently Natalie made that up. She said, I thought if I told them that we were banned from everything in Africa, that it would make them stop, but it did the opposite. So is this where the whole rumor came from, Natalie? This was your fault. I remember when the show was filming, everybody said, oh my God, they got banned from the entire continent. Damn, that was all because of you, Natalie. You had the whole internet believing that shit. Dolly is literally standing out there like, come on, she's ready to fight. Ivori's still on the bus. They don't want to let Ivori off the bus for some reason. Like, Natalie is just like, she don't have no side of no story correct. She going up to Ivori talking about some, you need to stop, no, I'm so mad. Ivori's like, no, I got hit. She's like, you got hit? What? Yes, I got hit by Dolly. Okay, boom. She goes up to Dolly like, you started it, Dolly. Dolly's like, I didn't start it. Ivori choked me. Now I say, hey, what? But she said that you hit her. I'm just like, Natalie, get the full story first before you just start saying stuff. Because that's exactly how people gonna get mad at you. Like, but yeah, it's just like, what are we waiting for? Let Ivori off the sprinter. It's funny, Ivori gonna call her Aunt Booty in the confessional. I'm just like, Ivori, you cannot talk about somebody's body if you do not have, like, that hourglass shaped body either. It's just like, it's too easy. This big back, thick neck, big back, blah, blah, whatever. Like, I don't know. Okay, damn. So they square up, they start fighting, but then we get the previews to the next episode. That says Zeus did that on purpose. Y'all love to cut in between a fight. Let's just see from the very beginning. You cannot ever tell who wins a fight when they cut it like that. But let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell. From that little snippet, they were fighting, they were swinging. I usually don't react to the next ons, but damn, it looks like they fight and like Ivori like rushes Dolly to the floor, but it looks like she rushed her so hard like she damn near fell on her head too, like she was doing a somersault on the floor. I was like, damn, on the concrete floor. It looked like Ivori might have fell on her head, like her neck, oh my god, her neck could have snapped. Like she was literally like doing a headstand on the floor, like legs spread open and everything. Like damn. I don't think they should have let them fight like that drunk. I mean, you could tell Ivori was crazy wasted. That was a crazy episode. Okay, it was intense. It was like that first night's episode. I'm taking my shit off already. Look, I am ready for this to be over. It was like that first night when it was just like back to back to back fighting. Oh my gosh.